In today's video, I want to share with you about the trends in Malaysian Ministry of Education's spending from 1992 here right until 2019. I do have the figures for 2021 and 2020, but these figures are not mapped into this graph. I want to draw to your attention, as it was in 1992, Malaysia was one of those countries that had allocated a huge percentage of its total government expenditure into the education sector. So in 1992, it stood at 19.11%, which is a very high percentage in comparison to other countries. And what I specifically want to draw your attention to is what happened post 1997. From 1997 to 2002, there was a huge increase in spending on the education sector. This is very interesting because around this time, Malaysia had bravely spearheaded or leapfrogged, if you will, a brave, courageous technology or ICT adoption initiative, something like no other country in this world had done. It was a fast-track adoption of technology in the education sector. For the first time, it was an exercise, a massive exercise where the government sector, together with the industries, went ahead and carried out an initiative called Malaysian Smart School Initiative. Now, this initiative is very interesting because many closed tenders as in they were not open tenders, direct negotiations were done. Many huge projects were awarded to private companies with no accountability. And if we take a look today at Malaysian schools, they are still lagging behind in their technology adoption, and the promise made to the public at that time was this initiative, or MSSI, Malaysian Smart School Initiative, would see a massive adoption not only in teaching and learning, but also in hardware supply to the schools, in other infrastructure like internet, and also in management of schools. This project, ironically, is supposed to achieve its final phase in 2020, and it is very interesting that the projects undertaken then, with the promise of a complete permeation of ICT in teaching and learning and other matters of school management, and it's supposed to be at its mature phase in 2020, yet when 2020 came and the pandemic hit us, we were caught by surprise. In fact, at the height of this initiative, we were regarded as a country to be looked upon by other countries in the world, and we were supposed to be the leaders when it came to adoption of ICT in education, and every country had lessons to learn from Malaysia. What that lesson is, it'll be interesting to find out. Let's dwell deeper into this topic in another video next week. I will leave you with the question, tell me, what do you think the state of Malaysian schools are today as far as permeation of ICT is concerned in teaching and learning? If all this money spent could be justified, shouldn't we be acing the teaching, learning, and assessment process during this pandemic? Are we really acing the education process during this pandemic? Are we still a world leader? Are we the education sector to be reckoned as an example for the rest of the world when it comes to technology adoption to ensure smooth running of distance technology permeated education during this pandemic? You tell me. Thank you for listening. See you again in a more detailed video about what happened during MSSI, what is the outcome, and what and where we stand today as far as technology adoption is concerned in schools.